Hello and welcome back again to Yama's Room Quick Reviews, and today we're going to take a look at the SX-02 Sonic Warrior, or the Not Bumblebee Movie Soundwave. At a glance, I'm loving the detail and sculpt on this thing. As you can see from the profile, he is well sculpted and actually looks very nice. Although the details are kind of weird at some parts, but it's nothing you'd notice unless you really took a closer look. The legs are sturdy and stiff enough to support him without being wobbly or weak. However, there are some parts that it would probably be best to be explained later. Articulation-wise, you get the usual movements on the head, although because of his bucket head shape, his movements are very limited, but just enough to look around and tilt a little. And on the back is a magnetically held piece so you can turn on the lights on his eyes. Cool gimmick, but personally, not my thing. With the way it's poorly diffused, so only the middle part glows the brightest, and I don't know, I don't really like it. You have a good range of motions for his arms on both the shoulder and on the arm itself, and you get individually articulated fingers, except the thumbs. The thumbs, you can move it to a certain degree, but not as much as the rest of the fingers. But it does its job to handle some poses and gestures. And moving down to the torso, the little piece on his crotch can be moved around to ensure you get some clearance for his legs. And his legs has great articulation at the hip. This allows him to move freely until at least you hit his thigh armor pieces, and then there is your usual ankle pivot and toe bend, although the toe bend is mostly for the transformation, and if you're not careful, you can actually lose some footing and the whole figure would just tip over to one side. Be careful with that. All in all, he does look good when he's doing the usual stuffs, and he does make a good standing piece in your collection. Moving on to Ravage, however, he is stored in his chest area. Well, luckily, considering the shape of the transformation of Ravage, there's a second swivel where you can remove most of Soundwave's chest piece. If you ever got Ravage stuck in there, you can always use it to remove him. After transforming him, I can assure you, I don't even know if this is the correct way, because for some odd reason, his transformation is not listed in the manual. However, as a single unit, Ravage does look detailed, and the paint job is actually good. Moving on to another of his accessories, his gun. Now at a glance, I love what they did with the dry air brushing and all, but yeah. Moving on to Soundwave's alternate mode, which is hold on. I seriously don't know where they get the idea that he is a Cybertronian APC-like tank, but since they're really freestyling it here, he looks kinda okay-ish. But transforming him was ass, because for some odd reason, mine actually has a defect on the shoulder joint, so I had to do some fixes on it before he can actually transform correctly, or at least correctly according to the manual. This alternate form is definitely the weakest link, along with the hand being unable to hold the gun. All in all, what I can say about this is, well, he looks amazing as a standing piece, that's for sure. But his alt mode and playability kind of took a nosedive in certain areas. But if you're planning to have him as a display piece and just change his pose once every blue moon or something, he's definitely worth the asking price. So yeah, thanks for tuning in this kind of short review. But yeah, I hope you find this informative and enjoyable. Leave a like if you like it, or dislike if you don't. And if you don't, let me know in the comments about it or about your thoughts. And as always, I'll see you guys later.